Chapter 23. Cornelius and Tuppe took breakfast in the Wife's Legs Cafe. The wife seemed a little offhand with the tall boy. She served him cold tea and a broken egg, floating in grease. "Never mind." Tuppe scooped it onto his plate and mopped up the grease with a slice of toast. "Cash the cheque and buy her out. That'll teach her." The daddy did suggest I invest in some insurance for the Cadillac. "Well, after that then." Tuppe wiped his mouth. "After that we go and speak with Arthur Kobold. This is far from over." Geoffrey Barlow Close, the junior bank clerk, Mr. Yarrow had been particularly pleased about him getting placed, looked up through the bulletproof glass of his till window as Cornelius swaggered towards it. He'd been in the same class as the tall boy, but they'd never been friends. Geoffrey considered Cornelius a no-mark. Cornelius thought Geoffrey something of a prat. "I'd like to cash this, please." Cornelius pushed Mr. Kobold's cheque beneath the armoured glass. Geoffrey glanced down at the cheque and then up at the tall boy. "Oh, yes." "Oh, yes, indeed." Cornelius smiled warmly. "Cashed, you say?" Geoffrey did not return the smile. "If you'll be so kind. Here is my library ticket if you need identification." "I don't. How would you like this cashed exactly?" £50 notes, please." £50 notes. The prat sat back in his chair. "Not titters, perhaps, or chortles, or even guffaws." "Come again." "Piss off." Geoffrey pushed the cheque back under the glass. "You know, Mark." What?" Cornelius took up the cheque. It appeared slightly different from the way it had looked only moments before. In fact, it looked considerably different. For where it had just read cash £100,000, it now read Bank of Funland. I promise to bear the bearer 100 laughs. "I'll start with the chuckles then, shall I?" asked Geoffrey Barlow Close. "Ha ha, ha ha ha." Cornelius dashed back to the Cadillac. Mr. Twaits, the traffic warden, was just tucking a ticket under the windscreen wiper. "Move over, Tuppe." "I am over. What's going on? Where's the money?" Cornelius leapt into the car. "There is no money. Arthur Kobold tricked us." "The treacherous sod!" "And then some. We've been had. He never intended to publish the papers. He's been working all along for the bogeymen in the forbidden zones." Cornelius brummed the engine and pulled away without a glance in his mirror. Car screeched to a halt. Austin and Allegro shunted into one another. Cornelius put his foot hard down. Tuppe clung onto his seat. "What are we going to do now? Everything's lost. The ocarina, the papers, the money, most of your hair." "We're going round to Kobold's. We're not done for yet." They really shouldn't have expected otherwise, but they were desperate, and so they did. It was very disappointing. The offices of Arthur Kobold Publications were no more, and by the look of the scaffolding and the shored-up facade, they had been no more for a very long time indeed. "Are you sure this is the right place, Cornelius?" "Damn and blast!" Cornelius smote the steering wheel with his fist. "Damn, damn, damn!" Tuppe struggled down from the car and gazed up at the ruination. "And this was where he was?" Cornelius sighed and joined his companion. "This is it." "Looks like we missed him by about a century. How do they do these things?" Cornelius shrugged. "I don't know, but I mean to find out." He took a step or two towards the crumbling premises. Brick dust fluttered down between scaffold boards. Its warning was loud and clear. "Damn," said Cornelius once more. "Perhaps we just aren't meant to be rich and famous." Cornelius plucked up a half brick and weighed it in his hand. "I'll beat this. Somehow. Some way. I'll beat Kobold and the things in the zones. I'll find my true daddy and I will triumph. Somehow. I'll do it. Somehow." "I'm sure that you will, Cornelius. I believe in you." "Thanks, Tuppe." Cornelius patted his chum on the shoulder. "But what do we do now? I spent my last pennies on breakfast. We're broke." "This does present certain difficulties, I agree." "We could busk," Tuppe suggested. "Busk?" "Certainly. Why not? Sing for our supper." "Sing for our supper." "Tuppe, you genius." Cornelius Murphy began to laugh. "That's it." "That's it." It is? What is?" "That." "That." Cornelius was pointing. "I can't see." Cornelius gave the Tuppe a leg up. "That," he said. "That." Tuppe stared down at it. Jammed there behind the passenger seat and completely forgotten in all the excitement was the nice sturdy crate containing the magic karaoke machine, a now fully restored karaoke machine, all set to belt out the hits from the future. "We're made!" Tuppe climbed onto the back seat and jumped up and down. Your maid, I mean. Why, maid? This is a partnership. Murphy and Tuppe, songwriters to the stars. I shall have my hair professionally groomed. And I'll buy some platform shoes. Cornelius Murphy jumped back into the car, and Arthur Kobold will get what's coming to him. The tall boy hefted the half-brick and slung it at the scaffolding. Let's go. Foot, 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 went the Cadillac Eldorado. Not another sprout, said Tuppe fearfully. No. Cornelius thumped the wheel. It's really out of petrol this time. What's that noise? Tuppe turned towards the sound. It was a low rumbling. I don't like the sound of that. Oh no! Cornelius climbed up in his seat. The front of the arch is coming down. I must have done it when I threw the brick. And indeed this was so. The scaffolding heaved and rocked. Timbers dropped away. Bricks began to bounce onto the road and pavement. One struck the bonnet of the Cadillac. Grab the karaoke machine, cried Tuppe. Cornelius leaned over the passenger seat and struggled to free the crate. It was well and truly stuck. Give us a hand, Tuppe. Tuppe hastened to oblige. A scaffold pole smashed into the seat beside him. Get out, Tuppe. Leave it. It's coming. I felt it give. Leave it. Cornelius grabbed Tuppe by the arm and hauled him from the car, and it wasn't a moment too soon. As they fled across the street, the whole kith and caboodle, and without any doubt, the kitchen sink of Arthur Kobold publications descended upon the Cadillac Eldorado in one god-awful, soul-destroying, karaoke-crunching skip-load. Crash, bang, and wallop it went. And then some. It was nearly 2 of the sunny afternoon clock before the men from the council finished clearing away the rubble. Tuppe and Cornelius sat at the roadside and watched sorrowfully as Mark the mechanic, no relative of Mike, winched the tragic remains of the once proud Eldorado onto the back of his tow truck. I'm sorry, lads, said he, wiping his fingers on the traditional oily rag. It's a total write-off. Best I could do is give you a nifty for the scrap. A nifty? Tuppe asked. A nifty 50 quid. Cornelius groaned. We'll take it, said Tuppe. Oh no, you won't take it, Mark laughed. My call-out fee for the vehicle recovery is 50 quid, so I suppose that makes us even. Cornelius groaned again. Still, never mind, Mark went on. Your insurance will pay up without a fuss. Allow me, Cornelius. Tuppe groaned for the tall boy. Yeah, said Mark. Like that, is it? Life's a bummer, eh? Well, I've your personal effects here, not much I'm afraid, a route map and an A to Z from the Glovey and about 30 byroads. They're all stuck down the side of the driving seat. Funny how you come across them in places like that, but there's never one around when you need it. Wonder why that is, eh? Search me, said Cornelius, burying his face in his hands. Well, there you go then. See you, lads. See you, said Tuppe. Be lucky. You too. Mark returned to his truck and the erstwhile epic adventurers looked on as the Cadillac's wreckage was towed away. Damn, said Cornelius. Damn, damn, damn. Well, that would definitely be it. Tuppe tossed the personal effects onto the road. We've lost it all. The ocarina, the papers, the cheque, the karaoke machine, and the Cadillac. And most of my hair. Cornelius ran his fingers over his numerous bald patches. Let's not forget my hair. I just didn't like to mention it. Perhaps there's a moral in it or something. Cornelius stood up and stretched. Perhaps. Tuppe stuffed a handful of biro into his pocket. Waste not, want not, he suggested, dismally. Cornelius Murphy began to laugh. Tuppe rolled his eyes. I'm glad you could see the funny side. Oh, I can. I really can. Cornelius reached down and took up the route map on the dog-eared A to Z, Rune's London A to Z street directory, in which the great man had marked the precise location of every secret entrance into the forbidden zones, all clearly marked and just waiting for some epic personage to take up a reinvented ocarina, play the magic notes, open up each one in turn and claim the hidden wealth within. And of course the map. The tall boy's map of the British Isles, on which Cornelius had pencilled the route and stopping points of his and Tuppe's epic journey, a dot-to-dot pencil picture which formed the perfect blueprint for the reinvented ocarina. Cornelius looked at Tuppe, and Tuppe looked at Cornelius, and then they both began to laugh. Thank you so much for listening to this recording of the Book of Ultimate Truths by the amazing Robert Rankin. I will be reading the next in the series, which is Raiders of the Lost Car Park, the Cornelius Murphy Trilogy Book 2, and that will be coming in the new year. Part 2 of the 3-part epic adventure features a lost car park, the hidden king of the world, and more conspiracies than you can shake a stout stick at. Cornelius Murphy, as we know, is the big-head tall boy and stuff of epics, and he has a plan that, with the aid of a reinvented ocarina, he and his best friend Tuppe enter London's forbidden zones, as we now know, areas cunningly hidden from us through the A to Z street directory and a conspiracy of black cab drivers. And they will liberate the countless billions of pounds worth of booty that lies therein, and while doing so, rescue Hugo Rune, as we know, the self-styled most amazing man who ever lived, guru to gurus and father to Cornelius Murphy. So this is another reading from Ink Reads. Please help me keep on reading and help the channel by either subscribing if you'd like to, hitting that notifications bell, and if you enjoyed this recording, please hit the like button and let me know that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. It is really appreciated.